What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be installing the JB Plus in my 2021 Toyota Supra. The reason for this whole process is because I, of course, unfortunately have one of the locked ECUs. So ECU date is March 2021, so it's one of those late build 2021s, not even built in 2020, realistically built in 2021, or at least the DME is. And so for that reason, I said, you know what, this might be a great opportunity for me not to spend money on this car. But when you get a car like this, and you get the itch, you gotta scratch it. And that's when something like this came into play. Basically what happened is, I knew about the JB4 platform because I have a friend that currently has a 2018 Audi S4. He has nothing but good things to say about the whole process. 65%, 70% cheaper than the JB4. And I said, well, why the hell not? Let's just try it out. Let's try it out because they have this whole program where you can actually upgrade the JB Plus to the JB4 if you want that extra oomph. So with that being said, I'm able to get what Burger Motorsports claims to be about a 40 horsepower increase. Now there's something about the JB Plus that actually lets you customize it. There's no mapping, there's no actual logging, there's no data recording, there's nothing with the JB Plus. It's a plug and play or plug and pray, and basically you plug it in. I don't know what the process is inside. Maybe there's some resistors in there. There's something that tells the system that the computer is not producing enough boost and therefore can produce up to 4 pounds additional boost to whatever the stock boost is on 2021, 2020s as well. So let's take a look at how this whole adjustment process is done. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and open up the JB Plus. There are 2 star screws right here. Let's you take the cover off the JB Plus, and then I'm gonna show you what sort of user adjustability is available on this product. So here we have a little dial here, and it's set by default to the 3 o'clock position. Now I don't know if that 3 o'clock represents 3 pounds of boost, 4 pounds of boost, and then the dial cranked all the way to the 4 o'clock position represents 4 pounds of boost, or if it's 4.5, or if it's 3.5. I'm not sure. That's something I'm gonna have to reach out to BMS about, maybe get some sort of response back officially. What I'll do is once I get that information, I'll put a link down, or I'll put some information in the description or a comment stating what the update is. I did ask them a lot of questions, but I only got the answers to the questions I had at the time. So this is something that came up later after I got the product. So let's go ahead and crank the dial to the maximum setting. I've got it set to the max setting. There's no numbers there other than min and max. And I mean, taking this guy on and off is pretty easy. Pop the hood, follow the instructions about basically opening up the hood, locking the doors, putting the key away, leaving the ECU to drop into sleep mode after about 5 minutes. I mean, I'm gonna leave it for longer than that just because that's how it's gonna be. And then basically unplugging it and doing whatever you need to do and putting it back in. So it's not a hassle. There's no electronic involvement. There's no hooking anything up to the OBD port and doing that. This is really, really easy, raw adjustments. So I'm gonna put this thing back together and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you plug it back in. So basically, all you have to do is unplug one of your sensors here, and it's the one that sits here by default. I believe it's the MAP sensor, MAP, not MAF. And basically what that does is the JB Plus bridges that gap between the sensor and the actual wiring harness. So what it does, I'm assuming it's just a resistor, a capacitor, or something that messes around with the signal being sent, but other than that, there's not much else to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug this in. All right guys, so I got it plugged in best as I could. I mean, it's not gonna look pretty in there. You've got the engine cover in there anyway. You're gonna be able to pop that engine cover on there at some point and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be covered up. You won't even see anything really hanging out. You don't wanna bend the cables or twist them too much. I mean, it looks like it's put together well, but at any point you could break the solder inside or something like that. So be gentle with your tech guys. I mean, do what you need to do, but apply some sort of gentle touch to things. Clip it all together. It can only go in one way. You can't install it the wrong way. Clip in your little white clippies, get the engine cover on, and that's about it. I did take advantage of the situation to change my air filter I am leaving the stock airbox in for now. So I'll be truthful with you guys. I did already run the JB Plus at the track on default settings, which was left at the 3 o'clock dial. I did take the car to the track 2 times. I'm gonna post those numbers up on the screen now. Basically, this car is completely stock. It is a bone stock 2021 Toyota Supra. The only thing done to it are Eibach USA lowering springs. That's it. Stock tires, stock wheels, nothing else is done to this car. Bone stock. And I was able to kick off basically the same times as car and driver, so magazine quarter mile times, 12.2 at 117 bone stock. That was my best run at the night. I was consistently running around 12.2, 12.3. I think the lowest mile an hour I had was about 115, and it was all about the launch, getting the proper launches. So 2.0 60 foot, 12.2, 117. That was my run with stock everything. Now, when I went back with the JB Plus, there was a slight difference in temperature. It was a bit of a cooler night, but I wouldn't say it was like a night and day difference. And with the JB Plus at the default 3 o'clock setting, I was able to run 12 flat at 120 for $200. Pretty impressive. I don't know with this increase to the max setting, am I gonna get anything changing? Is it gonna get worse? Is it gonna get better? Am I gonna get more wheel spin? Mind you, when I ran these times, I was just doing a light brake stand around 1700 RPM and then just letting go and launching. I was not using the launch control. It's very finicky. I still haven't figured it out. Launching at 1700 RPM, went to the same track, went to the same lane. Everything was basically produced as closely as possible as I could, except for the air temperature. That being said, I'm basically going to put the car back together now. Unfortunately, today is a pretty crappy day. It's raining outside. There's no point taking the car out. I'm just gonna start it up and make sure everything is okay and no codes. By the way, when I first installed it, I had no issues. There were no codes. There was no hesitation. There was no sign of anything that had changed on the car other than me feeling the car have a little bit more boost. And of course, one thing to mention, in normal mode, when you're not running that pumped in audio and louder exhaust, I was able to hear the turbo in the car much louder than I could before. So those slight accelerations when the car is under load, you would hear the turbo spool up. And I guess that's because, hey, it's pumping in more boost, turbo is spinning faster. So that's kind of cool. I mean, hearing that on the stock intake box with the stock filter and everything, pretty cool. If you guys have any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be pumping out more Supra content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.